G'day folks, Conor here from Sudobs Media, back with another video, and today we're doing my review of the iPhone SE Gen 3. So without further ado, hit that like button and the subscribe button, and let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. Alright, here we are. So we've got the iPhone SE, and as you can see, it looks pretty nice straight out of the box. And what do you get these days? You get a black, white or red one. I think they all look pretty good, and they're all pretty standard looking Apple colors, so no surprises there. The iPhone SE range is definitely no surprises to anyone in terms of the design, because it looks exactly like it did a long time ago. But that's not a bad thing. We've all seen phones go to this humongous size, including the iPhone 13 Pro Max, whatever it's called, and the Galaxy S21 and 22 Ultra, and the Pixel 6 Pro. They're all massive. And then some of us want smaller phones. So you've got the Galaxy S22 coming in, then you've got the iPhone 13 mini, and you've also got the iPhone SE, which I don't think is too bad of an option for a lot of people. I reckon about 99% of you could use an iPhone SE and pretty quickly get used to it. But I know that everyone say, no, that's impossible. But I think you probably could. But that's just my opinion. Now let's look at the size of this thing. It coming in at 138mm high, 67.3mm wide, and is only 7.3mm thick. And here is where it gets interesting. The display is only 4.7 inches. I reckon they could probably increase that a little bit and just make it bezel-less, and you'd probably get a bigger display inside the same form factor. I would like that. I think they could do that because the size of the phone I think is actually perfect. But that display is just a little bit too small. So here we are, we have the 4.7 inch display, as I just mentioned, which is multi-touch and IPS technology. It is a 734 by 750 pixel resolution, which is only 326 ppi, lower than some of the competition. And it is a higher price than a lot of the competition for this type of display, but this is Apple. We've got to remember, it's Apple, you just got to pay more because they demand it. True tone display, and comes in at 625 nits of brightness, which isn't that bright, but it's good enough. Most of them are good enough. And it's also coming in with the A15 Bionic chip and the 16-core neural engine, which means it's fast. For this price point in Apple, it's still fast. We're looking at IP67, the competition's doing IP68, but I don't think many of us take our phones swimming, and we just want to be able to get in the rain and out without it dying on us. So IP67 will do, which actually means you could put it underwater for 30 minutes under 1 meter of water. So there's a bit of leeway there for some mistakes. Quick splash in the dunny, rip it out again, she'll be fine. All right, interesting point here, the camera. Okay, so on the back, you have the 12 megapixel camera. One lens, one camera on the back. None of this 3 lenses or 4 or 5 lenses, just one. It's 12 megapixel. It's coming in at f1.8. That's very shallow depth of field, but on these small sensors, it doesn't really mean anything, but it is going to enable you to get some pretty nice photos. As you can see, there's some good photos popping out here. Daylight, low light, inside, portraits, you get your bokeh in there. It all looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with it. For what you're paying for what you're getting with Apple, it's a pretty good camera. And it also has optical image stabilization. I like that shit, bro. And video is no slouch either. This small price point and this one lens, you can still get 4K 60 frames per second. So you can get 24, 25, 30 and 60 frames per second. Video looks good, no complaints about the video. And you can also do slow motion video, 1080p up to 240 frames per second. Pretty cool. And the front facing camera, 7 megapixel f2.2, good enough for quick selfies. Send it off to your mates on Snapchat, because that's all you friggin' use your phone for anyway, right? And the front camera has auto HDR mode and auto stabilization as well. So that's pretty handy. It means you're going to get a less jittery quick video or photo through that front facing camera. I dig it. All the camera is good enough, front and back. I'm happy with it. Photos, video. For this price point, I mean, don't forget, this is more than half the price of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So you can expect to get half the goods. Now, if we look at performance, it performs really well, and I wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, you've got Apple software, Apple hardware, Everything combines well to give you a really solid experience. It's not going to be as fast as like the 13 Pro Max, but it's going to be fast enough for most people. And if no one cared about the size, everyone, I would say, would be pretty much happy with the performance of this. It can perform well with some games. It's not going to be the most amazing experience because of the size of the display, but it does everything that it's supposed to, just squash down into a nice little form factor. I certainly think like a device like this is going to give your mid-range Android phones a bit of competition, because some of the mid-range Android phones really do struggle to give you that quality experience, and some of them will be amazing at some things and then really bad at others. Galaxy S22 is a really good example of that right now. I mean, it's like a $1,200 phone, and some parts of it are awesome and then other parts of it are really bad. And I don't think we're getting that here with the SE or the iPhone 13 mini either. I think we're getting good, solid, typical Apple experiences. So the Apple fanboys and fangirls of the world are going to love this. I definitely can see this going a long way. Battery life is where it's supposed to be for this price point. I don't see anyone doing amazing things with battery life. And there's no charger in the box, so as usual, Apple sticking it to us all. High prices, no chargers, no cases, no headphones, no nothing. Thanks, Apple. We really love you for that. You just treat us so well. As you can see, I love Apple. I really don't know what else to say. It's a good buy for an Apple lover. If you're an Android user, you're going to hunt down a bug and somewhere else, and you're going to enjoy the things that Android offers. So the iPhone SE Gen 3 has a place in the world. Maybe not for everyone, but it definitely has a place, and I reckon they'll sell billions of them. Maybe millions. But yeah, it's going places. It's not going away. It's a good phone. It's a popular phone. For some of you, it's not a phone. For some of you, it's a camera. For some of you, it's a messaging machine. For some of you, it's a phone. For me, I've had enough. I don't need Apple anymore. I'm just going to go back to Android. Thanks for watching. Bye.